On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel's changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your player's subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.
21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DCKYWY. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050. Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 877-770-7867. Louisiana.
Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Joining us now is our favorite Irishman, Bill O'Reilly. Bill, it's so great to have you here. I want you to know we are still talking about. You blew our minds last week about the 60 Sharia courts that you were talking about over there. You gave us such blockbuster information from over there.
Yeah, it's really a dangerous situation evolving in the UK, and the government continues to look away, which really is at the root of a lot of this migration situation, because you can have a fair system. We all came from different countries, and we got here in a legal manner, most of us, and that still exists. That pathway still exists. But for political reasons, both in the USA and in the UK, the governments have broken it down and don't enforce the laws. All of our social problems come down to one thing, Rita: non-enforcement of the law. They all come down to that, every single one of them. And the progressive movement simply doesn't like the law, feels it's racist, and isn't going to enforce it. And this is what we get.
Well, speaking of what we're getting, let's get to also what's going on in this country. My goodness, Bill, tomorrow night is going to be the primary in Maine. You got this guy, Graham Platner, and just the details that keep coming out about this guy, not just the Nazi tattoo, but then all these allegations from women recently. While he's still married, you even have Fetterman kind of doing a bid with him, saying, if you weren't with sexting a minor gal, if you can prove it, I'll wear suits, he said, the rest of his term in the Senate. I mean, everybody's talking, and yet right now he looks like he's going to sail through tomorrow in that nomination, at least on the Democratic side.
1.5 million people in Maine. So you figure what? 400,000, 500,000 will show up in a primary. I'm not so sure he didn't have any opposition. That's the problem.
Right.
So in Maine, like a lot of the New England states, and Maine was really the last to fold because they're big gun people up there with the hunting and all that. And they didn't buy in the progressive movement until the migration started. And a lot of foreign nationals moved to Maine to do the seafood stuff and the service industry. Those are the two big industries they have there, lumber. And it changed the dynamic, as it changes it everywhere. So I think Susan Collins will be the next senator. She's been there forever. I know her. She's a good person.
Yep.
I don't think Mainers are going to put this guy in. He might win the primary. But boy, oh boy, how low can you go? I mean, this is George Santos Redu, right?
Wait 1 second. Aren't they bringing back George Santos, trying to indict him again?
I think that they're sending him to Devil's Island, but I'm not sure. Although there is a GoFundMe to send George out of here. I mean, oh my God, he's in my district. So.
Oh, that's right.
The guy is such a grifter. It's unbelievable. But this guy in Maine, I think he's worse than Santos because of the racial aspect to what he his presentation.
Yeah, I agree. You know what, Bill? I find this Platner guy one of the worst of the worst. I mean, what he said about veterans, what he said about African Americans, gays, women who got raped should basically buck up. I mean, to me, I think it's much worse even in my mind. There's just something and the Nazi tattoo.
Listen, I don't know what's going on up in Maine. I like the state. I've been there many times. I can't imagine that most of the people there want this guy representing them. But the progressive movement stands by its own. And that's why he's in this position. There are enough progressives up there and enough money coming in to fund his stuff that he probably will win the primary but lose the general.
Yeah, let's pray let's pray even they wake up tomorrow night. Let's find out. Judge Weinberg.
So good to talk to you, Bill. So it seems to me the problem in large measure is the silence, the deafening silence of the so-called traditional Democrats and allowing this guy to have any kind of legitimacy. Where are they across the country, other than Fetterman, standing up and saying this guy is wrong for America and he's bad for the future of our country?
Well, you know, Judge, that the game is if you go against the progressive movement now, you don't get funded. So the people in the House have to run every 2 years. They need money to run, so they shut up because they want the money, and the progressives control the money. So it started with Nancy Pelosi. You can lay it right on it, Nancy. Nancy's the one that designed this system. You do what we tell you, or you don't get a dime. And that's why you don't hear from so-called moderate Democrats, because they don't want to be cut off from the funding. We have some of them in New York. In New York, I mean, they're almost as bad as Maine. I mean, you can't say mom and dad anymore, right?
Gestating and non-gestating parents.
I mean, how crazy is that, Bill?
Crazy. That is
crazy.
I mean,
happy gestation day.
Exactly.
What? So
I got to look it up in the in the dictionary.
They passed a law last week that in state matters, the words mother and father are not to be used. And I'm sitting there go, how can anyone in New York State vote for this movement? How can you do it? Now, Hochul's not going to sign that.
If we examined every state senator and every state assembly person on a separate basis, you think they would know what the word gestation means?
I don't know what they know up there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
if
they
you
must
stop
be
the next,
intoxicated
next
to do
100
what they
people
do.
that walk by Smith and Walensky's across the street, do you think they'll know what that means?
But this is just another woke piece of garbage, and Hochul's not going to sign it until the election's over. So she's not going to sign it between now and November because she knows traditional New Yorkers are going to go, I've had enough. And I hope everybody has had enough. But then after she gets the governorship, which she may, then she'll sign it. That's what Cuomo did, Andrew Cuomo. I put the stuff in the bottom drawer until it didn't hurt him, and then he signed all this crazy madness stuff.
Congestion pricing.
Taxes.
Congestion pricing.
Yeah, exactly.
Day after the election, she pushed it through.
Yeah. But my thing is, I'm an American, okay? And I can trace my history back to the late 1860s. And I like America. I like the traditions. I believe they made us the strongest country on earth. We freed billions of people. And I don't want this. I don't want this from a political party. And the Democrats are now wedded to this. So pardon the pun. I don't know what you say now with the bride and groom. I don't know what you do there. With the gestation stuff.
No, that's easy. One is a gestating partner, and the other is a non-gestating partner. That's all.
Yeah, I know.
How about the guys in Canada? Do you remember that woman in Canada, Bill? The one who we played it because it was so ludicrous. She had like 21 initials. Remember, she said we have to be respectful of the LGBTQZY.
You guys are off in the wrong direction. What's even worse is the fact. What's even worse. It's the fact that the Democrats won't allow the Women's Museum to go through or something, or the
Oh,
women's,
yes, that's terrible, right.
unless you include 6 other genders.
Yeah, did you hear that, Bill? Yes.
That's even worse.
That
This
is
for the whole
lunacy.
country.
Yes. Did you hear that, Bill? I'm glad John brought that up. They didn't want it because they said they did not want it to be just biological women. And that's why they voted it down, because they wanted to include non-biological women.
I want every listener, the millions of listeners we get out there, to realize this, that the leadership of the Democratic Party has lost their minds.
Yeah, totally lost their mind. I mean, Bill, what an offense. As a woman, that's offensive.
Listen, I don't think Chuck Schumer knows what gestation means. Next time I say, hey, Senator.
I'll ask, are you gestating or you're not gestating?
Yeah, are you gestating?
Are you a gestating person or non-gestating person?
Yeah. I mean, so, look.
You got to have a few laughs because people...
It's so ludicrous, John. You got to. It's so ludicrous.
Well, let's go to KT McFarland. Maybe she knows the difference between gestating and non-gestating.
Absolutely. We'll go to her after the
Bill
break.
O'Reilly, we love you. Thank you for coming on this today.
And Bill, I'm glad you had such a great trip. Thank you, Bill.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We love you.
One summer moment can change a child's life. Through Toys for Tots Give and Go initiative, your support provides books, games, toys, and outdoor adventures that spark curiosity, creativity, and a love of nature. Whether it's fishing, learning a new sport, reading under a tree, or playing with friends, these moments build confidence and lifelong memories. For too many children, those moments never come. You can help change that this summer. Visit toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots, delivering hope beyond the holidays.